Well, Western Week is something that we do every year in May, and it is a celebration of our ranching and Paniolo or cowboy heritage in Hamakua, in particular in our area of Honokaa. And it's we have a parade, we have a rodeo, we do a Portuguese bean soup contest, and the idea of it really is to celebrate this sort of subculture, I would say. You know, we have plantation, everybody talks about Waimea and Honokaa as being the two big areas, one for ranching and one for plantation, us being plantation. But and everyone talks about Parker Ranch as the big ranch up in Waimea. But in fact, we have quite a heritage of smaller ranches that the Portuguese started when they came here in 1878.
Approximately 30 years ago, the women, mostly of Honokaa, decided that the Businessmen's Association did not have anything to do with our businesses in town. So we decided to have the Honokaa Merchants Association, which really centered about the small businesses in town. And it was mostly women, not all, but mostly. And then that got bigger. We decided we needed an event. And I'm guessing 25, 30 years ago, we had our first Western Week. And we got all the cowboys from the Saddle Club, and we got just people around to get dressed up and just have some fun and bring it into town. And at that time it was probably like a Western weekend. And then we expanded it. I was part of that Merchants Association. I was president of it for probably 10 years or so, and then we decided to go back into the the Business Association. We didn't like the term of the Businessmen's Association, so we changed the name and it became the Honokaa Business Association.
And I know that they wanted to, all the businessmen in Honokaa wanted to have a little bit more of participation. You know, they might not necessarily be cowboys, but they want to participate. And so they began to do different things where I think this is, again, where it goes back to it takes a community, right? So that you want everybody to have a little bit of ownership in it. So the parade, I know the parade's been going on since I was just a baby, you know, and the Saloon girl contest, the same thing. It's just, it became a way that everyone can have a little bit of participation, and I think that's wonderful.
And it got bigger and bigger. It's been bigger in the past than it is at present, but it's still happening. And that's the most important thing. It's happening and everybody's still having a really good time. It's very different. You know, the people are different because the people of Honokaa have changes, but they are getting used to it too. And I think it's emerging into a real characteristic thing that's happening in Honokaa, and it's a lot of fun. The whole thing is fun.
Welcome to the second annual Farm Festival. We're excited to be here. We have a beautiful day. We've got over 40 vendors. We have 5 educational presentations by experts in the field, 5 entertainers coming on board starting at 8 o'clock. Come on down. We'll be here till 3.
Hamakua ume kulai ine wahi mo halao na bualani. Hamakua ki hiloa ki enelewa wahi panao liloa. Uluna kanuo gaina mei ke akua mei ke kino hiloa.
Joshua Lanakilo Ka'ainai Kapono Manguel. I am the director and founder of the Hawaiian Cultural Center of Hamakua. Well, the instigator anyway. And as you bear witness to right there was your community, people of Hamakua dedicating themselves to the flame, to the fire. And we brought these energies through the traditions of Unu Kupu Kupu, which come from Hala'ukekuhi, on the direction of Mai Kumu Kuvalu Anakalea, being able to be a bridge to bring that energy here to Hamakua. So what you bear witness to were the dances and our tradition of the Pele, bringing the element of Pele here as she is the maker and the creator of land. As those dances also explained, there's mo'olelo in the story of Hi'iakai Kapolio Pele, the younger sister of Pele. She is the energy that comes forth and heals the land, after which were in some perspectives, some would see Pele as destructive. We see her as the necessary mama gotta eat, yeah, in order to produce aina, in order to produce the land. And then Hi'iaka is the energy of her younger sister who comes after that, what some would see as desolation, and heals the land, bringing forth the rains and the new growth, the vegetation, to make fertile that aina. And so we bring that here today, as that is each year, as this is a annual festival. It's a time to be able to recall those energies, to help us to stimulate the energies of growth for all of these endeavors. And so we offer this as the opening prayer today. That was the opening prayer. Yeah, that was it. Lots of fire, a lot of energy, and just helping you bring it into the consciousness of today, as we are manifesting all these things, all these beautiful opportunities and futures for our Hamakua. Pele is the energy of sometimes when we feel like we stuck, we kind of get stagnant for too long. You just got to bring in that fire, just burn them up and get it going again. So we bring in that energy to clear out any stagnation, any overgrowth. Let's clean up a little bit so we can refresh, replant, time to rejuvenate the soils. We are in the time of ku now, and in the seasons the suns are coming. So good time, the aina is nice and wet from this past winter, huh? Oh yeah. So ho'okanu, kanu, kanu, kanu. It's time to plant, and let that ulu.
Honokaa Western Week is a week-long series of events that connects Honokaa with its Paniolo heritage. It brings the agricultural and the ranching community into the heart of the town again to explore the different cultural influences that exist here in Honokaa.
We've got great entertainment all day, of course. James Lowe is on stage. Later on at 10 o'clock, we're going to have Rachel's, the Rachel Scott Band, and 11:45, Ben Kaili, and at 1:30, we're going to have Dennis Padilla and friends. So lots of things happening all day long. Once again, Lord, welcome everybody. Thank you very much for being here at the second annual Forum Festival.
Get along, little doggy. And move them out, boys!
They're gonna make horses, and then we're gonna race.
My name is Sylvia Dow and I'm from Hawaiian.
My name is Jackie Vilano and I'm from Honokaa.
And we're sisters.
Sisters?
Yes, and we were actually the winners for last year. Yeah.
Winners from last year?
Yes.
So what are you offering this year?
We're just doing the same soup. I mean, there's no change in the soup. We're just...
Because it's from our grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay, see, family passed down
recipe, yes.
Is there a secret? Is it a secret recipe?
Yes, we can't tell secrets.
I was trying to think. Do you think you're going to win this year?
Well, no, I don't expect to win. I just wanted to do it again. And see how it goes. Next year, I want to do the bread. I understand nobody's doing the bread this year.
Nobody's doing the bread this year?
No, we found out nobody. If I knew that, I would do it this year.
So how long has your family been here in Honokaa?
My family? About 12 years. We used to live in Pawilo.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually our grandparents were immigrants from Portugal and the Philippines.
Okay.
So we basically was born and raised here. Yeah, on this side of the island.
So how old is this recipe?
Very old.
How old is old?
I don't know, you know.
Well,
it's from Portugal.
Yeah.
But you're the host of it. We only go.
Which soup have you tried so far?
DuPonte, the first one.
First one over here? Yeah, they were telling me that's a special recipe.
I think it's got or what do you call taro in it.
Is it spicy?
No, it's not spicy.
It's not spicy. It's salty. It's pork, and I think it's got laulau. I mean, it's not laulau, but taro.
How do you like your Portuguese soup? Do you like it spicy or not?
I like a little bit creamy, and I definitely like beans in mine. This doesn't have any beans.
Okay, my name is Myrna Green and I'm from Wakaki Street, Honokaa.
How long have you been here?
About 20 years plus. Yeah.
So how long have you been competing in the Portuguese business?
It's my first year.
First year?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your recipe, what you can tell without giving it away.
Well, what I did was I interviewed a lot of people and asked what their favorite things were in Portuguese bean soup and pros and cons of certain ingredients. So I've tried to tweak it to where it'll be appealing to most palates.
My name's Robin Hall. I'm from up in Waimea, just up the road a piece.
Okay. Is this your first year competing?
Yes, it is. I was dragged into this kicking and screaming.
Who dragged you into this?
My significant other, right there.
Okay.
You're making soup.
Making soup. What makes your soup special?
I stir it with my finger. I don't know, just whatever happens to go in. It's a kitchen sink kind of a soup.
My name is Roberta Comini. I am from Waimea, and I made a special recipe passed down from my mother, Barbara Comini. It's been in the family, and we just wanted to share it with everyone and enjoy our soups.
Without giving the recipe away, what makes your soup so special?
What makes it so special is a blend of the beans, the sausage, the ham hocks, the vegetables, and just made from the heart.
All right.
Yes, made from the heart, and much love and aloha.
I want to recognize you.
Everybody recognize. How many of you recognize me? So don't have to.
Thank you for all you do for Western.
You're very welcome.
Elise Barthel, and I'm from right above Honokaa.
Okay. And is this your first year competing in the soup contest?
Yes.
What makes your soup recipe so special?
I added a lot of spice.
A lot of spice. Any special spice?
Hawaiian chili peppers.
Oh, okay.
And tell them what you're calling it.
I'm calling it the Fireball.
What's it called? Can you hold that up to the camera?
Elise's Fireball.
Okay.
I'm Shami. I'm from Waimea. We live up in Kalopa, Melka.
and it's my first contest I'm entering.
For soup?
For any kind of
For
food.
any kind of
yeah.
chicken.
Well, I use dried beans instead of canned beans, so that's.
So you have to soak them overnight?
Yeah, soak them overnight, and that's about all the secrets I'll give you.
Okay, where's the bread? Everybody's asking where the sweet bread.
There was no applicant, but we have chips. We have chips if someone wants to eat chips and water.
I can make one story about that.
Yes.
Thank you for your music.
Of course.
How about can I lower this a little bit?
Yeah, please.
How do I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How about a big hand for our musician here? How wonderful! Listen, I want to thank all of you for coming and getting. You know, this is one of the most wonderful Portuguese soup contests that I've ever been at. It's perfect. Whew. The only problem is I probably will have to go around one more time to know where I'm going to drop my spoon. And as far as the Portuguese sweet bread, I got some sad news about that. The ship was coming from Portugal with all the bread, and it's so this is Hawaii, and we do what we need to do. There's potato chips.
It was just the most wholesome event that I've been to, just culminating what a small town is. There were little kids and grandmas, and these people worked so hard to make these soups, and they got a spray painted gold spoon as their prize. I mean, it was just for the bragging rights of winning the Honokaa Portuguese bean soup. It was just a beautiful, sweet event.
Okay, to announce the winner of the Portuguese soup contest. It's another crazy name. It says, Slap Your Mama. That's the winner of the Portuguese soup. And she gets a golden ladle. Thank you. And I want to say everybody was winners. And thank all of you for being here.
All the stops were pulled out for this one event. It was really, really special.
Yeah!
Howdy. I got my badge. So I'm safe, okay?
We put up the jail today, so.
You did?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
well, I
already
want
up.
you to know.
It's already up, so watch it.
My name is Leilani Hino, and I was born in Honokaa back in 1944. And then my parents left town. And I was raised overseas on Guam. But I I used to come back on home leave every year. And back in 1979, I happened to be married to a commercial photographer at the time. And so out of a sense of survival, I started taking pictures. And I was driving by Parker Ranch racetrack one day, and I saw all this activity. So I turned in, and being really nearly and not at all shy, I just started asking questions and said, hey, can I take a few pictures? And that was the beginning of this book. I had no idea at the time what I was going, I had no goal in mind, you know, but some of them came out pretty good, so I gave the cowboys prints, and they were my only market. I didn't sell them to them, I just said, I got this really great shot of you, and I gave them the prints. I always like to use the word cowboy because when I met these guys, they were cowboys. They were not Paniolo. They were professional cowboys. I just always call them cowboys because they could go anywhere and work their craft, you know, and fit right in. You know, there's just tons of guys that on the Hamakua coast that are really, really good cowboys.
I'm from Oahu, but I come over here for years. My wife is from Paniolo. When I started dating her in 1974, the town was still there, and now, of course, you know, most of the town is gone already. And so she and I and a bunch of others have been trying to find the history out of this area, especially the pre-statehood history. The reason I'm so interested in this is because if you live on Oahu, you go Oahu, you know, almost everything's gone already. Try and find a totan roof on Honolulu and fat chance, right? Things that Honokaa desperately needs is publicity. Until recently, we weren't even on the Hawaiian Tourism Authority's scope to go ahead and give publicity for the town, and that's something that we want to change. And all like this. My reason for putting this photograph up is to try and have you experience the kind of thrill we get as researchers on finding old material, and we get a lot of good material from families. For example, the Hori family showed up with a huge panorama of the town that nobody had seen for years. Or we went to the Shingon Temple in Pawilo, and they have the records from the Shingon that was here, and we found another panorama that was from like 1910. It's just really exciting. But the thing about researching the past is to remember that our great-grandparents or our great-great-grandparents really weren't that much different from us. The main difference is technology. I mean, look at this photograph here. You notice the 4 young men in the front? Every one of them has a cigar in his mouth. Now, doesn't that remind you of a lot of young men who try and act tough and grown up? I mean, it really wasn't that different for them. But a lot of these photographs, you know, you are so lucky in this town. You have something called NHERC. Very few towns in the United States have a professional historian there collecting information and acting as a repository. If you guys want to go get the history of, unfortunately, Naalehu or Pittsburgh, Kansas, you'd go down and talk to some kupuna, but there's no real central repository like you have here in this town. So I strongly suggest that if you want to have your descendants know about you, you go ahead and give Momi Naughton materials, because she'll be happy to hold on to it and give you a little kind of chance to talk to your descendants.
Dag nabbit!
I think parades in general, that whole sort of small town parade feel is something that I just love. You have just you've got the little keiki and at the back of trucks dressed like cowboys, and you've got, real cowboys on horseback and cowgirls, and then you've got, just all kinds of groups, Lions Club, all sorts of things. So it's sort of what you almost picture as seeing, in small towns on the mainland, for 4th of July or something, but it's something that we celebrate here.
Who's this? How are you? Good. Are you ready to ride? Yeah. Right on. You want to do a fake smile for me? Oh, that's a good fake smile. I won't ask you to do that too much. Good job. Nice. All right.
Look on, see him already.
R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P, ragtop. Ragtop, doo-doo-doo-da-da. Ragtop, doo-doo-doo-da-da. Ragtop, doo-doo-doo-da-da. Ragtop, doo-doo-doo-da-da. Ragtop, doo-doo-doo-da-da. R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P, ragtop. Ragtop. That's good. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, close. Yeah, right there. Okay, close, and open. Lovely. Oh, that's beautiful. Hide your glasses a little more, Belle. Oh, good. Excellent. Love it. Oh, my goodness.
I'm Sheriff Larry. I'm checking for buttons. If people don't have buttons, they will be arrested, and we'll put them in jail. They gotta be bailed out. I get serious right after the parade.
Okay. Let's get company.
All right.
Alrighty guys, aloha! Welcome to the 2017 Western Week Parade. Here is our Hawaii County Fire Department and Honokaa Police Department. They're opening today's parade and we appreciate their dedication and service to our community. Please give them a big round of applause. Up next is the Hawaiian Cultural Center of Hamakua. They're community owned and is operated and is becoming a learning hub rooted in a firm foundation of traditional values and practices. Give them a big hand. It's a well-being initiative making the healthy choice easier where we live, work, and play. North Hawaii is becoming the next blue zone community. Achieving this goal requires grocery stores, restaurants, schools, work sites, and city government to make changes in our environment, policies, and social network. This rodeo is one of the oldest and largest rodeos in the state of Hawaii, and it happens right here in Honoka'a. This year there will be over 300 contestants. Sage Hoku Alohilani Lindsay is 10 years old and is in the 5th grade. She's born with a passion for horseback riding and the heart for it. Alrighty, here they come. Tonight's contestants, the Saloon girls and the cowboys that got talent. They will be competing tonight at 6 o'clock during the block party for cash prizes. Now these gals and guys will be putting on one heck of a show. That was the Saloon girls. Here's the cowboys that got, only 4 cowboys got talent? Oh man, you guys better bring it tonight.
We lock them all up. They don't have feet.
Wow. Brother, tell mom she better stay up and check the field, okay?
It's a very beloved community event. People look forward to it every year. It's something that they remember from their own childhood that they can bring their kids to or their grandkids to. It's one of our most beloved community events here in Honokaa.
My favorite remains the Saloon Girl, and now Cowboy's Got Talent contest. That's what I've always been really excited about. It's local talent, a lot of dress up involved. It has a long tradition. There's been some very bawdy moments at it. I think lately we've cleaned it up a bit, and but I love that. It's impromptu, it's live theater, so you never know what's going to happen.
So welcome to the stage, Mr. Curtis Tate, and he's doing a legendary favorite called Jambalaya, originally sung by a truly phenomenal country artist, Hank
Honokaa
Williams.
town here tonight. Good. Goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go, me oh my. Me gotta go, hero down by the road. My mom, sweet as one, me oh my. Oh, son of a gun, we'll have big fun down on the bayou.
Victoria Roos, and she has prepared a little routine to Shania Twain's Make Me Feel Like a Woman. So give it up for Victoria!
Crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving.
And just like fruit from a fickle vine, you turn sweet in the nick of time. Love, you wanna come alive when you're losing me.
We're gonna call up Mr. Logan Martin. So is everybody enjoying themselves? Yes. Okay.
Heading down south to the land of the pines, a thumb of my way to North Carolina. Staring up the road and praying to God I see headlights. I made it to the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Isla I can see my baby tonight.
So lonely, I'm crazy for feeling so blue.
I hear the train coming, and it's rolling round that bend. I haven't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling on down San Antonio.
My name is Diana Lee. That's one name. One name like Madonna, one name like Prince, one name like Lassie. My mother named me that because she read romance novels. Those are the stories where the hero is handsome, rich, strong, sensitive, and straight. A San Francisco fantasy.
First heart attack back, you get your pride back, you get your life back, you get your first real love back, you get your big screen TV, DVD, and a wash machine, you get the on and roll. When you don't know, it sounds a little crazy, a little scattered and absurd. Well, that's what you get when you play a country song backward.
As Dolly Paniolo.
The wind still bring back Hooktail Mountain. Going back to Paniolo country. Rain does fall, the grass grows tall. Paniolo country, my home underage.
The Hawaii Saddle Club was started in 1953, and the original members was Dr. Buzz Willett and my father, William Andrade, and they had been for some time interested in the sport of rodeo, and my father is a rancher. He was a rancher all of his life, so he grew up riding and roping, and they were looking for a place to participate in rodeo. So they got together with members, and throughout the island, they organized a club, and they put on the first rodeo in Honokaa in 1954. We would have, they would do midnight drives, and they would drive the herds all the way down to Kawaihae Harbor. And then there was no loading, so they would swim the cattle out to the ships. And then they would put the slings on underneath the cattle with the boom and then load them onto the ship that way.
Right.
So, yeah, it was pretty amazing what they did back then.
Presenting the American flag today is Kaeli Branneman. And presenting the Hawaii state flag is Justin Holton.
Some people come into this world to be like everyone else and blend in. Then there are those who are truly unique and special that they can't help but be noticed and adored by all that come to know them. On July 28, 1945, one of these special people were born. Formerly, he was known as Melvin Michael Fujita, but he was preferred to be called Mel. He answered to many names such as Michael, as his family called him as a child, Moki, as he was known in the military, Mel, the name he preferred and was known by most of his life, and most importantly, Uncle Mel, as he was known by the many children that flocked to him and he truly adored. Raised in Hilo, Mel could always be found on the beaches as a young child. He was passionate about surfing and clever about making it down to the beach when the surf was high. He gleamed in telling many of his stories of his childhood, where he would pull the fire alarm at school, and amidst everyone's frenzy to evacuate, he would dart out the back door and head to the beach to catch the surf waves. The principal soon became wise to this antic and put a rapid stop to it, all while making it known how much he cared about Mel. During the summertime, Mel found climbing coconut trees, posing for pictures, and more importantly though, he would spend the summers with his uncle, where he operated a horse rental business for tourists. From cutting grass by hand and feeding the horses at the end of the day, to mating a panuku, Mel said it was made it known that while working on this ranch, he learned his most valuable lessons about life. After Mel's service in the military, he decided to move and remain on the mainland. It was while he was in California, he met up and moved with his second adopted family, who was heavily involved in rodeo and ranching. He remained with them and even moved with them when they relocated to Texas. Mel moved to Texas with them and spent his last 8 years in Texas making friends with the greatest of ease and sharing his aloha spirit with the cowboys and ranchers there. When Mel passed from this earth, he simply departed from his body, but left behind a smile and a charisma that will never be forgotten by those that knew him. Like Mel loved to say, aloha, y'all.
Tell me your names.
Compete. This is Tryson.
Okay, and you?
I'm Danny.
Okay.
I'm Alan. This is Alan.
Alan. Okay.
And we enter in the rodeos for 6 years on baby. How old you now?
15.
15. So good. I would say 15 years. No, we bring them in when they're little. We don't bring them in when they're big already. Had to train them.
What separates this rodeo from a mainland rodeo?
The money. I think we do this more for love than for competition. We do it. We don't got, we ain't gonna get $5,000 today. That's for sure, right? But we're gonna get the pride, the power. I think that's about it. We take home. Say who was the best for the weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a cowboy and a Paniolo?
Paniolo is a person that live off the land. He live on more ranching. Us guys, we go for speed. Everything is quick. So Paniolos, they get the whole trip, the whole day. Hard working, blisters, fixed fence, train their own horses. I think now the modern days is most of these guys out here, at least 80% go out and buy a good horse. So there's still a few good out Paniolos that do cowboys, that do rodeo, that train their own horses, and sweat and tears, on that end. But Paniolo, I think the Paniolo stand out more than a performance cowboy, because he lived a life every day. My dad was an old Paniolo cowboy, rodeo performer. And then we get Alan over here. Alan, he get his son involved now.
Yes, I have my son, my daughter. I've been back and forth since I was in high school doing rodeo. Pretty solid the past 5 years. So much fun, love it. I encourage a lot of kids out there to
get involved.
Exactly. It's fun.
A lot of our emphasis is placed on the youth, so we do really encourage youth membership in the organization, and then also we encourage youth participation in the rodeo. And for obvious reasons, I mean, our youth is our future, and you want to give them something to focus on. You want to give them some activity that is great physically, mentally, and I think it provides a lot of opportunities to them. And then with the educational scholarships, we will give, we have a scholarship board that is made up of various members of the community, the business community, we have some members in the organization, but we try to spread that out. So we have a lot of different viewpoints, and they will evaluate based on the criteria and the eligibility of what the kids have submitted. It's open to all children on the island, all graduating seniors, and you can also be already enrolled in a college or a university.
Is there a good interest in the rodeo here on the
Very. You got scholarships, man. You got all kinds of stuff they give out in high school rodeos. He's in the 9th grade now, and he just came back. Him and my son went to Tennessee. They did the national finals up there, represent the state of Hawaii, and I think they did fairly well, besides injuries. But you know, that happens in rodeos. But we learned a lot. We learned that Hawaii rodeos is more for fun and love of it than any kind of business. But if you ever do want to go to the mainland, you surely got to change your attitude about that. You know, you have to make it a business so you can survive up there. But competition is really big up there, big time. Yeah.
Hili ole huoko no wala hano hana vale o hava ila elegi ko holo na mega o belu e golo yo ho he vale o te find holo ri hu na ni o Hawaii Allah make a Hawaiian cowboy Roselani oh Roselani Rosaland go no wala kila vale o o mau wila he elegi ko holo na meka o belu e golo yo oh he vale o te vine holo ri hu na ni o mau wi Allah hoika Hawaiian cowboy